When you hear the words muscle growth, you're likely thinking of creatine, as it's after all one of the, if not the, most popular natural supplements. When done alongside heavy resistance training, creatine supplements are great at increasing muscle strength and fat-free mass. But how does creatine do it? One reason is that creatine boosts cell signaling, a process that promotes muscle growth as well as repair. Want to know more? Stay tuned until the very end of this video to discover the reasons creatine is the best muscle-building supplement. Before we continue, a like would be great. Creatine explained. The human body naturally produces creatine from amino acids. Creatine aids in creating a molecule called adenosine triphosphate ATP, which is the body's main source of energy for muscle contractions. In fact, 95% of the body's creatine is stored in the cells of muscles. Thus, if you have low creatine levels, then it means a significant drop in the production of ATP, which in turn causes a dramatic decrease in your energy. And without energy, you won't be able to perform your workouts, and without adequate resistance training, your muscle tissues won't be able to reach the process of tearing and rebuilding. And it is in this process that your muscle mass increases over time. In addition to creatine supplementation, your body's creatine storage levels are also impacted by other things, like consumption of creatine food sources, muscle mass, exercise, levels of protein, and certain hormones like testosterone. How creatine helps build muscle. Generally speaking, the increased production of ATP is the primary contribution of creatine, a process that happens during high-intensity exercise. That said, there are other ways in which creatine helps in muscle growth. In other words, the reason creatine is the best muscle-building supplement is that it does the following. Number 1, creatine increases cell signaling, which in turn supports muscle repair and growth. Number 2, creatine increases levels of certain hormones that play a role in muscle building. Number 3, creatine reduces muscle breakdown by reducing protein breakdown. Number 4, creatine promotes cell hydration. Number 5, creatine cuts back the levels of myostatin, a protein that can delay muscle growth. How effective creatine supplements are. Many studies have looked at the effectiveness of taking creatine supplements. Ultimately, they all came to the same conclusion more or less, and that is, creatine is effective for muscle building and strength. In fact, it helps not only athletes but also sedentary individuals and older adults. For instance, in a 14-week study in older adults, it was determined that taking creatine in addition to undergoing a weight training program significantly increased muscle mass and leg strength. Then, in another 12-week study on weightlifters, it was found that creatine boosted muscle fiber growth 2 to 3 times more than training alone. Moreover, total body mass growth also doubled, alongside 1 rep max for bench press, which, by the way, is a common strength exercise. And lastly, based on an extensive review of the most popular supplements, creatine was named as the single most effective supplement for increasing muscle mass. Suffice it to say, there's no questioning the power of creatine in the muscle building department. But if you're a bit health conscious about taking supplements, you should consider going natural. Luckily, creatine is found in some foods. Find out what these are by clicking this video.